Hello there, welcome, or perhaps welcome back to this channel, Mr. TraveLux. It's so good to have you here today. If we haven't met before, my name is Addison. I'm the founder and CEO of Reliant Destinations and 𝗏𝗏𝗏_Luxury.com. In this video today, this video is not actually coming from me. I'm bringing you an amazing session that I just came out of with the Executive Chairman of Sandals Resort International, the family-owned amazing sandals brand led by the Stewart family. So Sandals was founded by Butch Stewart, and his son Adam Stewart is currently at the helm as the Executive Chairman. So today I'm at Sandals Dunn's River Resort, and he gave a wonderful message that really was directed towards the travel audience, but I decided to share it with you, even though it is something that's directed towards travel advisors, because there are a lot of really exciting updates and additions in it that you don't want to miss. So what you're about to hear a little bit about the post-hurricane relief that happened with Sandals across the island of Jamaica, about the partnerships, the wonderful collaborations that happened, but also some really cool kind of unboxing, pulling the lid off some surprises of things that are coming very soon, things you don't want to miss. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this update from the Executive Chairman of Sandals Resorts, Adam Stewart. Let's go.
We got in probably about 900 questions, and you're going to take the next few minutes to go through everything about Sandals and Beaches Resort. What we did was that we did the questions at random, and some of the audience, they have questions too, and we're going to try to be nice to them, and we'll answer them as best as we can. But I kind of like this tent, right? This tent is really nice. But I would have preferred an air conditioned room to host this event. What do you think about it?
It's very like your style here. You're always very stush, very upmarket. We're actually just about to open here at Sandals Beaches Resort the new 𝘠𝗏𝗏 Conference Center. So 𝘠𝗏𝗏. I'm a huge believer in paying tribute to our past and to those who came before us, and of course that is the most appropriate time for me to recognize my incredible father for the vision that he had to give us the ability to even be here today and to carry on this legacy. And there were so many people that came before. 𝘠𝗏𝗏 was a founding and opening general manager of Sandals Beaches Resort in 1991. I was 10 years old. I was not allowed to come here because I was too young, and it was adults only, but I used to sneak in here, and Louis trained some of the absolute best leaders of our organization: Marshawn, Donaldson Brown, Ricky McKinney, Bruce here, Sean, the Pasta, the list just goes on and on and on. So in about 10 days, we will be cutting the ribbon of the brand new 𝘠𝗏𝗏 Conference Center here at Sandals Beaches Resort. We're ready for 2025, and I'm going to take you guys up there later and show it to you. It's awesome. My cousin Tanya Harlock leads our groups division, and this is one of her. She said, all you got to give me for 2025 is a new conference center at Dunn's River. She said, I'm sending a group of 200 here in January, and if you can get it done, I'll lock in the booking. And I told her it'd be done. It has been done, and our group's coming to us in January. So Tons, this one's for you.
That's actually excellent for the group business, and as many of you know, we do take groups at Sandals and Beaches Resort, so that's excellent to get both the 𝘠𝗏𝗏 Convention Center. So Adam, the first one now is, Adam, this is the first time the wider travel industry has been to Jamaica since Hurricane Melissa. Why was it important to bring everyone here in person? Travel advisors, media, airline partners, etc. Why is that important to you?
First of all, let me just start off by thanking Zane and Donovan and Shane. We have our head of customs here, Mr. Wynn, who came. Please stand up, Mr. Wynn. This gentleman has been the guy and his team clearing all of the relief. And before I get to Gary's question, I'm going to use executive privilege and just say that the United States of America and Canada and the United Kingdom and our neighboring islands of the Caribbean and Central and South America, but I'm going to put a huge emphasis on North America. The United States of America stood by Jamaica in a way that was absolutely unbelievable. Black Hawk helicopters, Black Hawk helicopters, Chinooks, Army Corps, reserves here, the US authorities, was unbelievable. Canada showed up, and when I tell you, we handled, and Shane can tell you, we handled nearly 1,000 cargo flights of 767s and 737s of 100% free relief to the country of Jamaica when we needed it most. And I was on a media show recently, and they said, you know, why do you think that is? And as a sixth generation Jamaican, somebody who is Jamaican to the core and a Caribbean national to the core, it is my belief that Jamaica is a gift to the world. We have given the world the gift of hospitality. We have given the world the gift of athletics. We have given the gift to the world of reggae music and the culture that is Jamaica, jerk, our gastronomic flares, and everything that comes down. Jamaica has given the world such a gift. Everyone here listening, everyone in the audience and international, you've known that. And that's why you send your clients here. And I think the world showed up with Jamaica in return. We got the love back that we've given. So before I get to Gary's question, which I don't remember what it is, I just wanted to thank everybody from the United States of America and Canada that has stood up and shown us the love. It is overwhelming.
Why was it important to bring everyone here in person? Advisors, media, and or airline partners?
The seeing is believing, right? I don't think Sandals Beaches has ever looked better. I think it looks better today than the day it opened. And what we saw on the media, which has been said earlier, Zayn and Donovan covered it so well, is there was the element of disruption. And let me be clear, Jamaica got hit very hard in the alley that got hit. Donovan described it. Jamaica's 156 miles wide, and there was a 10-mile wide cone. And there was real devastation. Many of the homes are built out of wood, they're not built to Cat 5. And the government of Jamaica, I had the good fortune last night of hosting former President of the United States, Bill Clinton, to a dinner, who has come to Jamaica to see if the Clinton Foundation, and through its contacts, can support the next phase of the relief drive for those who need it. But equally, absolutely amazing. But equally, much of Jamaica was mostly unaffected. And it is important that you come and see it, because of course I'm going to stand on the stage and I'm going to say Jamaica is okay, but the sand has never been whiter, the sky has never been bluer. The gratitude of the Jamaican people, and can we give a round of applause to our team at Sandals? So you know you're going to see it on my Instagram, on my Twitter, you're going to see the beauty and you're going to say, you photoshopped it, it's edited. But when you come yourself, we can turn the army on. The travel advisor community has stood by the Caribbean and Jamaica at every single junction. From September 11th, when we had the challenges, to the 2008-2009 economic downturn, to COVID, to travel advisors, you name it, you've been here. So we said, what better could we do than bring you here before the resorts reopen themselves, have you enjoy it, have you re-engage and be reminded of the magic that is the people of Jamaica. And of course, Sandals, we're going to lead, it's what we do. It's our home and we have to build it back. There are other resorts in Jamaica that are not yet ready, and that we will work patiently with them. We don't view Jamaica as Team Sandals. We view Team Jamaica first all day long. And if you have clients that can't afford Sandals, or Sandals not their thing, that's fine. Send them to our villas. Send them to our small hotels. Send them to all-inclusive product that may be not as sexy as Sandals, but it's what's good for them. Whatever their pocketbook is, just send them to Jamaica. We need the airlines to continue to fly, and I want to thank American Airlines. And recently American Airlines lost Peter DeLauro. Peter DeLauro was one of those that we talk about, those who came before us. Peter DeLauro is responsible for the Miami hub that built all your airlift, Alex, to Brazil. He was the strongest supporter, and he was always the first flight to land into Jamaica or the Caribbean after a storm with relief. So once again, I tilt my hat to those who became before us. You have huge shoes to fill, but don't worry, people tell me that all the time. That's why I have on my running sneaker shoes. And we wanted you guys to come so you can see it for yourself, so you can say I was there, I spoke to the team, I drove on the roads, I went through MBJ, and Jamaica is ready. And for the areas that are not ready, don't worry, they're coming back one at a time. We got it.
Well, that's good. You know, another question that has come up quite often, probably about 8 times now, and everyone keeps asking, how are the team members doing? And what are you doing to help the team members to navigate through these challenges?
So Jamaica is as I said, it's a large island. It's a population of nearly 3 million people. And the thing with Jamaica is people may live in one part of Jamaica, but their family home may be in another part. And Sandals South Coast got a direct hit. We were 3 miles off of the center. The eye went over the resort. And when I got to Sandals South Coast, about 4 hours after the storm, we got a phone call from 𝗂𝗂𝗏𝗏, our general manager. Every one of Sandals Resorts have full standby power generation. We have food storage that can last us more than a week. We have water storage. Our general managers, through our protocols, have sat phones. Everyone has Starlink. And eventually, we heard from 𝗂𝗂𝗏. We had almost 100 customers and almost 200 staff on property at Sandals South Coast. And we had a management meeting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And at 5:01, I saw in my WhatsApp a message from 𝗂𝗂𝗏, and he said, "Hi Adam." And you know, your heart is racing because we know that side of the island got the big hit. And he said, everyone is fine, everyone is safe. And the relief that came over us was unbelievable. So the first resort I wanted to get to was the Sandals South Coast because it was the most affected. And when I got there, it was amazing. All of the customers had been moved to Montego Bay and to Negril, and I actually met the customers in Montego Bay first because I couldn't get, the roads were impassable for a couple of days. And when I got there were 200 plus team members that were standing in the lobby. And I get to do this all the time, where I get to speak to crowds and I get to read the energy. And I was looking into the eyes of people that had lost literally everything. And they were in my business with my management team, and they showed up in the absolute darkest of hours. And they were cleaning the resort up when I got there. And they looked at me and they said, you know, Mr. Stewart, we'll be all right. And I said, you know, and you hear these words, and I said, I know you're going to be all right, because your company is going to stand by every single one of you. And it's going to stand by this entire community and every community around the Sandals or Beaches Resort. And we are going to build it back until everybody in Jamaica, working with the government of Jamaica and the private sector of Jamaica, until everything is better than it was before. So we made a few decisions. We started with the storm came, and we said every customer in the house stays as long as they need to free up costs on Sandals. We're not going to play the nickel and diamond game. You know, we deliver a service and we weren't able to, so you stay for free with us for 5 days, 7 days, 2 days, whatever you need to do. We couldn't get everybody out. We brought in the Dreamliner, and we got those who we couldn't get out. Then we stood by our customers. So far, well, we announced, and I think it was the right thing to do, that we announced that 100% of our team members would stay on payroll with food, medical, dental benefits, and gratuity. You know, I was molded like 𝗶𝘃 by Butch Joy. My father had the biggest heart in the world, and he was the most loyal human being. And if I heard him say it once, I heard him say it 1,000,000 times. Travel Advisors built this company. Everybody in this room, you don't forget that. Those are the tough meetings we would have on policy. And he was loyal to the team, because a lot of people can build concrete and pretty concrete, but it is the soul, it is the people, it is the advancement of them, it's the training of our team members and the matriculation so they can get to the levels that they want to get to, so they can provide for their families in the way that they choose, only them. So we will take them as far as they can go through the Sandals University in regular times. And this time, they needed help. So we've showed up Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and I publicly thank them as an ambassador for investment in Jamaica. Royal gave us $1 million. Carnival gave us $1 million. Disney gave us $1 million. MSC showed up. Heidi's Foundation has deployed nearly $1.5 million so far. That's your money. All of your kind contributions that's gone into the field. And Sandals has donated more than $5 million US so far to the people of Jamaica in the recovery. I have to applaud the government of Jamaica publicly. The government of Jamaica has been able to access nearly as a matter of fact, over $6.2 billion US. We're 38 days in, and they have the green light to have access to those funds, to be able to reconstruct and rebuild. Ladies and gentlemen, this does not happen every day. It's phenomenal, and that has come because of the stability. There's been no civil unrest in Jamaica. The police have been everywhere when they themselves lost everything, many of them. And the firefighters, the police, the doctors, the nurses, the taxi drivers. So how could I not? This is my big villa, Sandals Dunn. I've invited you to my villa. Just come here and see for yourself the magic that is Jamaica. So we're okay. We're going to be okay. And for those that are not okay, with your help, with our corporate partners, through the partnership of the public and private sector, we are going to make sure Jamaica is okay until the very end. You have my commitment, and I know I speak on behalf of the government with my ambassadorial hat, that they too are showing up in these darkest hours. Forgive my passion, I love Jamaica.
Our activities have local food, visited attractions with Island Roots. Ryan Terry and David Black are both there, and they did a tour yesterday. They went on the road yesterday. And they've been talking to the taxi drivers and entertainers. How do these personal interactions with advisors speak to the credibility of Sandals and Jamaica?
Well, I think it's really understand. I chair a board, which is a great honor, that Donovan, the Minister of Tourism, let me chair called the Tourism Linkages Network. And the mission of the Linkages Network is to get customers. JTB gets them to come here, Sandals get them to come here. Reunite, Beer Star, we all market and they come here. When they come here, we need to provide experiences. In this town here, 𝗭𝘆𝗆, there's an attraction called 𝗪𝙁 Falls. It is never-ending crystal clear mineral water that goes over golden sand beaches that goes into crystal clear ocean. I'll give you a few seconds to tell me somewhere else in the world that can boast that. So it's critical that the ecosystem of tourism reopens, that the attractions open, that the taxi drivers are back, that our craft vendors, because this is Jamaica. This is what Jamaica is. It's not what Dubai is. It's not what Saudi Arabia is. It is what Jamaica is. It's reggae. It's soul. It's the heartbeat. It's the attractions. It's the mother nature all coming together. And it doesn't work unless the whole ecosystem has come back together. And what I'd like you to understand is that we all run businesses, and economics are important. So for the restaurateurs that have opened, that have 30% of the flow through they normally have, they're losing money, but they're open because they're committed to you. For the tour providers that are open, that are losing money, that run rate, that first 90 days of recovery, 120 days, that's the hardest part. That's when cash flows are low, but they are open. Choco is open. Mystic Mountain is open. Dunn's River is open. Attractions in the grill, they are open. And it's so important that you were able to come to see that our communities, and you saw the Steertown, future, the youth. You heard of how they sang? They almost blew off my ears in the front row here. And that's the Jamaican spirit. That's them saying every little thing is gonna be all right. So Jamaica has shown up because you have shown up for Jamaica, and that's what we're doing here. We're bringing it both together to say, we're gonna build it back. So it's not about Sandals Beaches opening or the 5 Sandals hotels opening. It's about the whole ecosystem of tourism coming back and coming back stronger and showing the gratitude that we have.
Sir, this one is a tough one because your dad always believes that even in the toughest of times, there lie an opportunity and possibilities. He's always thinking positive. So, with that being said, what can you tell us about the plans for Sandals Beaches Specialist, Sandals Royal Caribbean, Sandals South Coast, Beaches Runaway Bay? I hear there are other beaches on other islands. It is now you, sir, advising us what's going on with Sandals 2.0. And you can start with Jamaica.
This is not being recorded. So, you know, there's a saying, they said never waste a good crisis. And the reality is that you're sitting in a hotel that was bought in a crisis. We bought 4 resorts in COVID. We bought this hotel for $30 million, and then we spent $150 million on it, making it Sandals 𝗏𝙪𝙀. We call it reinvented 𝗏𝙪𝙀. I want to publicly thank Bruce 𝗏𝙪𝙀, the former CEO of 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Hotels and Resorts, a great friend, a great man to do business with. My dad and I called Bruce. Bruce needed some cash. You know, we honestly didn't know how long COVID was going to last, but we bought this hotel, we bought Beaches Runaway Bay, which I'll come to in a second. We bought St. Vincent, and if you've not been to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Buy yourself an airline ticket and go to Sandals St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's stunning. And then we bought Sandals Royal Curaçao. So, you don't get opportunities like this too often. Montego Bay got a direct hit, and many of the hotels in Montego Bay are closed. Us, our competitors, first and foremost is human life safety, and making sure we don't bring a product back before it's safe to bring a product back. Resorts are sitting 30 feet away from the ocean. We got a lot of damage on the first floor. So we walked into the hotel, and within 30 minutes, my unbelievable team, and now let me plug my unbelievable team, Jeremy Jones and Marsha, Ann, and Jessica, and all of the SRI team, all of us walked. And it's another good time to thank Jeff Clark, Gary Sadler, and everybody in Unique Vacations, Maggie and Tony and Tanya and Debbie and the amazing team, Lisa at the call center. The SRI team walked, and we said this damage is bad enough that you get one shot to make it 2.0. So we will spend in the next several months on Moby and Royal alone more than 150 million US on those 2 hotels, transforming them into what we call Sandals 2.0. A reflection of it is what you're seeing there. Every deficiency that we heard by you and by our customers will be overcome. Every piece of the hotel will be brand new, top to bottom. New magical swimming pools that look like something you may have seen at Sandals St. Vincent. It's going to be fantastic. And Sandals South Coast, I got a direct hit. I want to applaud the Sandals Design Studio, because we just finished spending $25 million on Sandals South Coast overwater bungalows. There are 12 of them, and there are 17 at Sandals Royal Caribbean. They were brand new, back into inventory for less than 90 days. And they're all still standing. The roofs are still on, and the walls are still up on an overwater bungalow. Sandals South Coast. Sandals South Coast got 252 mile an hour gusts and sustained 185 mile an hour winds. And the bungalows are still standing. Now the interiors don't look exactly like they used to look. But we're going to build them back, and we're going to build more overwater bungalows in the country of Jamaica as a part of all of what I'm announcing coming up. So South Coast will get a total makeover. We'll open up the lobby, we'll take down the pool tower, new furniture, new paint, 4 new restaurant concepts will be introduced. But I also want to make clear that South Coast, before this, every single room in that hotel was brand new since 2020. Every single one had been renovated, and there were only a few things left. So we're going to do what we do, we're going to sandalize it, and we're going to give you the best product that the market has ever seen, and we're going to continue to lead Jamaica's tourism product.
So what would you share with travel advisors that how Jamaica is functioning? What message, what would be the key message that you would give to them to say, hey, these are the things you should be talking about, what is happening?
I think this time it starts ground up, not top down. And by ground up, by you being able to come to Jamaica, you can see it. There were 2 MSC ships in port this morning. There were hundreds of taxi drivers out there. I passed by the craft village on the way here. They're open. The restaurants are open. So your message to the consumer base is the part of Jamaica that's been hit. We're going to take our time and we're going to build it back. But as Donovan says, you know, by January, more than 80% of the room inventory will be back. And those of us who are focused on human life safety, and the industry overall is well regulated, you know, we're taking our time and putting the pieces back together there of those that needed to be done. But the country is open. Kingston is fine. Port Antonio is fine. 𝗿𝗪𝗌, I encourage you to go up. Go and look at it for yourself. It's in great shape, phenomenal shape, 95+% of what it was before. And the reality is that we've all taken the time. We took the time, our team members deserve the time. So we took 30 days for them to catch themselves, to take a breath. We made sure that they were paid and taken care of, and relief packages and lumber and all of that. But, you know, we love what we do, so we're ready to open tomorrow. We're ready to welcome back. We thank our airline partners. And this entire event is for the travel advisor community. You've always stood by us, and you're standing by us again. And by virtue that you've taken the time to come from where you have come from, the bother, the time to travel all the way here to see for yourself, you know, I just would love each and every one of you to go home, light up your social media. If you still sell faxes, send a fax to your customer. If you use a telex, send a telex, send an email, go to your PTAs, go to your golf clubs, go to your community centers, spread the word, because what was left as a residue of the true status of Jamaica is clearly not a reflection, a true reflection of the Jamaica you're sitting in right here, right now, and Jamaica needs you.
Well, you know, that being said, Omar, I think you have some questions from the audience. Where's Omar and his mic? I think we have time for 2 questions, one from this side and one from that side. So, can we get the microphone for those travel advisors who, you know what, it's simple. We'll just do one from Canada and one from the United States. So we'll start with Canada first. A whole bunch of them are sitting up there. All right, so we'll go to the United States then. Oh, she's right there.
Hi there. Imran Ali from Travel next door in Toronto. From beaches, resorts perspective, we're hearing a lot more of them opening up. Do you see one on all of our islands that we have a Sandals property on coming?
I'm glad you reminded me. And I told this guy earlier, I got a best friend that looks exactly like him. I thought he was here. He sells jewelry in Jamaica. And I was like, what are you doing here? And then I realized it's an agent from Canada. So let me start with what most recently happened. So you know we closed Sandals Beaches, and you know that we announced that we're building our beaches. The government of the Bahamas and ourselves went into a deep negotiation because to run the level of product that we want to run, it would be the only thing of its kind in a Bahamian out island. Operating in 𝗖𝗄, it's a yin and yang. God's country, the most beautiful water that you've ever seen anywhere in the world. We're sitting on 550 acres, but it is a small island with a small population. There are 3,000 people that live on the island, and we employ 700 of them on the island. So there's a huge ecosystem that needed. I want to publicly thank the government of the Bahamas, who entered a deep negotiation with us to give us the parameters. And just 8 days ago, I finally signed the agreement with the government of the Bahamas, and we will mobilize in Q1 2026 on the transformation of beaches to beaches 𝗖𝗄. Multi-phase. It's going to be different to the big sister beaches, 𝘚rcs and 𝘂𝘁. It's going to be the boutique beaches. It'll have less than 200 keys to begin with. It'll have a lot of 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom butler suites. We're going to focus heavily on the outdoors, the swimming pinks. And I mean, if you've never taken a boat through the 𝗖𝗄 chain, again, like St. Vincent, buy yourself a ticket and do it. It's God's country. My late amazing wife, Jill, was from the Bahamas. Our family came from parts of the 𝗂𝗎𝗓. Our uncle was a member of parliament. And I grew up with my dad playing in 𝗂𝗎𝗓. That's where the Stewart family went on holiday. We fished, we swam, we rode jet skis, and I cannot wait to bring this product because it's going to look different to the Beaches product that you've come to know. Let me go to the other side of the spectrum. We have already started construction on Beaches Barbados. This is a $600 million hotel. It's 1.2 million square feet. That's about the size of your local shopping mall where you come from. It has 18 restaurants. It will have 2,000 permanent staff. It's built on West Coast, the Gold Coast, west-facing, best of the best real estate that money can buy in Barbados. There is nothing like this in the Eastern Caribbean. It will set the tone for the Beaches brand and the future. The gym will be 15,000 square foot. The conference facility will be 20,000 square foot. And it's all going to be wrapped in Barbados stone, which is timeless elegance. It will look like nothing you have seen before. It'll end up on the cover of Architectural Digest. I promise you that. And the Sandals Design Studio has gone to town, and it's going to be absolutely magic. But 2026 brings more. 2026 and the back end of 2026 will bring Beaches Runaway Bay. 450 rooms. I've got to the reason, and I know many of you love Beaches 𝗁𝗓𝗄𝗧, but it was the only hotel in the Sandals portfolio that we didn't own. $100 million couldn't make it what it needed to be able to be in the Sandals portfolio. And after 20 odd years of a relationship, we made the decision to say that we're going to focus our efforts on Beaches Runaway Bay. This is going to be an amazing hotel. 18-hole Greg Norman championship golf course, bridge over the road, a water park like you have never seen on a Beaches Barbados will look like it, and a level of elegance and quality in terms of Georgian architecture and Jamaican architecture that's going to make us really, really proud. So that too will break ground in the back end of 2026. You asked about Beaches, but let me tell you about Sandals. There's another 260 bedroom resort design completed already, right here, which will be called Sandals Royal Dunn. It will come with overwater bungalows that will sit on the beach right here. Sandals Montego Bay will get overwater bungalows. They will get roundables and a whole new village, 100 new rooms. Sandals Royal Caribbean will get another 100 additional rooms in addition to what we're doing with Sandals Royal Caribbean. And I want to recognize Dawn and the female general manager. These women stood up like fortresses in the storm, and they fight every day to make sure that I do my job and that I give you product and we give you product at the next level. But I can't not recognize the general managers, the male general managers, Kevin Clark and the whole team. Could the men stand up for me? You're going to see an expansion of Sandals Grand St. Lucia beginning in 2026. You're going to see a major renovation of Sandals 𝗏𝗏 taking place in 2026. And the moral of the story is, if we have a hotel, a huge amount of work is happening in terms of expansion, or what we call Sandals 2.0, not inconveniencing. Many of these developments are happening in phases on land that is beside us, that will not be disrupted. But the big opening that we have in 2026 is March 1st, Beaches Treasure Beach. It's the most money we've ever spent on a key. It's the most money ever been spent in a family hotel in the Caribbean at $1.5 million a key, when the average key cost in the Caribbean is $280,000, to bring a level of luxury that will once again redefine our own brand and what family vacationing is all about. So, Gary's giving me the look to stop talking, so I'll just leave it there. There's a lot going on and you guys make it happen, so we're gonna do it.
Towards the conversation, and I think it's just absolutely wonderful. Now we come across here, there were like two hands up. We'll get one to take two more questions before the final question. Who is Roman with the mic? And Roman, one.
I forgot to say, while they're looking for somebody to speak, that we also bought 53 acres 6 weeks ago to Sandals Beaches Specialist. We just closed on that deal. 53 amazing acres. That is 3 miles away from Sandals Beaches.
1, 2, 3, going. Oh, there you go. No, they have the mic.
Oh, my name's Pamela Jefferson. I'm with EJ Cruises and Travel. There is an issue with TraveLux. I brought it up before, and I said this and stuff. But there's a lot of agents that's going through the same thing, but they probably won't say anything. You all need to look at TraveLux because they're denying some claims, even though the claims are putting that the resorts are uninhabitable, but they're giving money back to other people. So that is an issue that probably leadership needs to look at with TraveLux.
We appreciate the comment. Our Chief Operating Officer, 𝗂𝗎𝗔𝗓, is right here. He still has a little bit of black hair left, so let's finish. Let's make it fully green. If you could speak to him and his team manage that partnership, and if there's a challenge, you have a word, we'll deal with it right away.
All right, there was one more. All right, I have a final one for you, sir. It is coming from, oh, here we go. Let me see here. I think it has to do with further expansion that you keep doing. But after everything that everyone has seen personally over the last few weeks, what gives you all the confidence that you have?
I mean, did you feel the energy from the kids? Have you felt the warmth of our team members? Have you seen the beauty that is Jamaica? Outside, there's no storm that's going to stop Jamaica. There is no weather event. We've been here before, and we're going to lead from the front. And the reality is that my father always said, he said the Caribbean, the country of Jamaica, and in particular, Sandals Resorts, is at its absolute best at times of adversity. And the relationship between the Unique Vacations Group and the unbelievable leadership that Jeff Clark and his team demonstrate every day, the partnerships with our airlines, the love affair with you, our travel advisors, the respect and genuine care for the people and for our operations management company, Sandals Resorts International. I was on a Zoom days before this storm became a properly named storm with our team. About 30 people, multiple times a day, and I sat back as Executive Chairman and I watched coordination. Jessica Shannon, our Chief Experience Officer, just please stand for us. Jessica has been appointed by the government of Jamaica to lead Jamaica's recovery task force and Jamaica's private sector, all led. We have Mrs. Dyer here with us today and Minister Bartlett every single day at 7:30 in the morning. Your Jamaican leadership, not the Sandals leadership, are on a call talking about what we achieved yesterday, what needs to be done, being able to call Mr. Witt, being able to head of customs, being able to call MBJ, everybody calling everybody like poetry in motion to make sure that we deliver what we say we're going to deliver. And I watched my team on that Zoom. Every day we had 2, sometimes 4 Zooms. And it was just like everyone falling into place. You know, Jeff made the point, and I want to congratulate Jeff for owning the fact that we fell off a grandstand through the call center. Lisa got to the call center and there was no roof left. There were no computers left inside of our call center. We've learned. We will build back. We have a call center in Grenada that's a 1 in 50-year event outside of the hurricane belt. We will expand our backup plans out of this to Panama. We got people to Miami. Of course, we have St. Lucia, but Jamaica has been, Jamaica was a heart. And we were operating in a building that is a leased building that has been through many storms before. But when Lisa and his team got there, everything was gone. So I know we didn't deliver. And when I stood up in the lobby of our hotels after the hurricane, I just heard myself constantly saying to our customers, thank you for your patience. I know we didn't deliver the vacation. And 100% of them said to me, Mr. Stewart. I'm like, I'm Adam. Mr. Stewart, got a bigger belly. Clearly a little better looking. They kept thanking me, and they kept saying, your team, your management, your staff, unbelievable. And I said, we'll be back. As a matter of fact, I don't like to brag, but I gotta tell you this one. We had a customer at Sandals Montego Bay that we couldn't find our medication, and I had just flown in from a flight on a company airplane, and I put her on Sandals jet, and I flew her to Miami to make sure she could get her medication. The people that lead Sandals Resorts are the same people that were here 35 years ago, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago. There is no hospitality enterprise in the entire Western Hemisphere that has a more stable, more committed management team than Sandals Resorts. So we do not think with quarterly profits, we think long term, and if we get it wrong, we will own it. And I commend Jeff for owning it, and I can assure you that next time, irrespective of everything we've done, generators and satellite phones and provisions, we still are learning, and we have the humility to say we will learn, we will do better, we will work with the authorities on building guidelines and regulations to make sure that everyone on the other side of this does better the next time around, because it's going to happen again somewhere. And those are the principles that we operate this company by. So I thank you all. I really do thank you. And this guy, this is a 1 in a million guy. You know, sometimes we have a little bit of guilt. You know, we do fun things, and people are parts of Jamaica not back together, but here we are, having a good time. Gary Sadler next Saturday has his 60th birthday party, a few miles down the road from here. And I said to Gary, I said there could be no better way to end what we are painting and end this year than what we're doing right here, to bring our team together, to bring the community of travel advisors, all of the distribution, to be able to say Jamaica is going to be okay. And I think Gary deserves the most incredible 60th birthday. So happy birthday, Gary.
Thank you very much for taking the time and always leading from the front, because I am yet to see another executive within the travel industry that will come, sit, talk, and share and spend time with travel advisors. You're the only one that I know.
And I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving. Every one of you to find me a drink at the Rum Bar tonight. We're going to celebrate success tonight. We're going to celebrate the love of Jamaica, and we're going to celebrate gratitude that we have to each and every one of you, and to your countries, for the love you have shown Jamaica. So cheers to Jamaica. God bless you all.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that update from Executive Chairman Adam Stewart. Any questions you have whatsoever about anything you heard, you are welcome to reach out. That's hello@ReliantDestinations.com. Again, hello@ReliantDestinations.com. Our team and I at Reliant Destinations, we offer 100% complimentary concierge services. Our goal is to make sure that each and every guest has the experience of a lifetime. So if you want to have the best service, of course, the best expertise, and most importantly, the best value guaranteed each and every single time, reach out. hello@ReliantDestinations.com. We hope to see you back here on the channel very soon. Please do make sure to like this video and subscribe for endless more content. And I hope to cross paths with you, perhaps even one day, at this beautiful property, Sandals, Dunn's River. We'll see you next time.